And with that, it just remains for me to introduce Christian, and it's very good indeed to see you back with us, Mr. Boyce, and welcome, and the floor is yours. I will just stop my share.
Christian, unmute yourself.
Here we go. All right. Well, that was quick, short and sweet intro. So, it is really good to be back here. It's been a little while since I've done a Wednesday morning thing. So, hope I remember how. All right. So, yeah. First of all, I got to say it's absolutely freezing here in Santa Monica. It's got to be 65 degrees.
Oh, my heart bleeds for you. Okay. All right.
I'm suffering. Okay, so today I'm gonna our talk is about speeding up the Mac, but you're gonna see there's sort of a twist to that. So hang on, and we'll do what we always do. I'll have a little bit of a presentation. We'll switch out of the presentation and do some live demos where I can make mistakes and things can go wrong, and you can watch me sweat and struggle and recover. And meanwhile, Sheeta will be taking questions and writing them down, and when it's the right time, she'll interrupt and inject, and we'll take the questions. So we'll try to take the questions as we go. There'll be some time at the end. There'll be a couple of places to stop that are sort of natural question places. So if you've got questions, put them in the chat, send them to Sheeta, and she'll sort of keep an eye on those things. All right. So, all right, well, let's go. Let's see if we can share a screen. And I'm doing this a little bit differently today. I'm working on my laptop screen only because I want you to be able to see everything really well. If I use a really big screen, which is the way I usually work, if you're using a small screen, all that stuff gets squished down, and then it's hard for you to see. So hopefully today this will be easy for you to see. And in case you don't know, when someone is sharing their screen, there's a little menu at the top of your screen, and you can tell it to expand that and make it as big as your screen, so you can really blow things up. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do today, we're going to start by I'm going to run a little presentation here. So let's see what we can do. Little intro. Okay, so we're talking about speeding up your Mac, but it turns out, well, first of all, let's talk about why do we want to do this? Why do we want to do this at all? Well, because it's usually things, if you can do things faster, that usually means it's easier, less tedious. And it means you're going to get more done. It's more productive if you can go faster. So it's more fun because it's less work equals more fun. And of course, it gives you time. If your machine is faster, then everything gets done faster, which means you have time to do other things. Now, that could be time to do more work, but it could also be time to do things like take a swim or a walk or go golfing or learn to play the piano. If you had just a few extra minutes a day, you could spend your time fishing or walking the dog or going to the play. Or, my favorite, you can just take a nap. So it's nice to do things faster because it sort of steals time, gives you back time. Imagine what you could do if you could save 10 minutes a day. I mean, you've got more than an hour a week. So that's, what would you do with that hour? Now, it turns out the best way to speed up your Mac is to speed up you. Okay. And I say, trust me, I have been teaching people how to do things with their Macs for 30-something years. It's all I do. And over, people they think that the right thing to do is to spend a bunch of money and get a faster Mac. But you can actually make the Mac you have quite a bit faster if you make yourself faster. So we want to learn to be fast. So let's do some of that. So how can we do this? Well, today I'm going to show you 2 ways to get better and faster. And one way is to spend a little bit of money to add some things to your Mac and things that'll make you more efficient and make things easier. So that's a little bit of money, okay, not too much. The other way is to learn to be better with the stuff that's built in, or that's things that we can get that aren't built in, but they're free. So two main topics here today. And why don't we do them in reverse and do the free and built-in stuff first, okay? So now, first thing we got to get good at is we've got to learn some keyboard shortcuts. Gotta, okay? One of the slowest things we do is we take the mouse and we move it around. That's slow. First of all, you got to find the cursor, and that may be, who knows where that is. So, we end up wiggling the mouse around, try to find the cursor, and then you've got to, have the dexterity to go to the right spot. That's not fast. It doesn't matter if you're using a mouse or a trackpad. That's the slow part. So we want to learn some keyboard shortcuts. Now, for some people, this is going to be a refresher, but for other people, some of the stuff is going to be brand new. Even if it's not brand new, if you've seen it before, this is hopefully going to impress the ideas on you again. So let's talk about these basic ones. Command Z, Command X, Command C, and Command V. So those, in case you don't know, from left to right, that's undo, cut, copy, and paste. This is a huge advance to have these shortcuts. For one thing, well, the main thing is that they're consistent across all your apps. So if you learn them one time, you can use them all over the place every day. Now, this is really, really different than what, this seems like so obvious now, but when it came out, it was such an advance. PCs had keyboards with function keys, and you would press F1 in one program, the F1 would make things bold. And then on another program, you'd press F1 and it would be delete. And so it was all over the place. It was very confusing. So you had to memorize stuff. It was tough. But when Apple came along with the Mac, they had standard shortcuts, and it really helped. So you learn something, and you can leverage that learning and that knowledge into the next app that you use or the next app that you try.